That is so close. Look at these guys, these battle. Probably both going to be in the Hall of Fame one day, full extended.
Oh, look at the move at the top of the route. Bam, bam. Hit Jack Jones.
We would evolve what we described him as we went along. So he's made enough plays now to go from
between Olave and Carr has gotten better and better as
Xavier Howard at the end. Look, it's a nice release. Xavier though is right in phase with him. Right in phase. Look how his body lurches.
Yeah. But watch London at the top of the route, how he just loses right there at the end. Carlton Davis, really.
It's going on right here. I mean, you look at he's playing outside leverage, which means then he's going to have to slice that
on the slant and go. This is an in and go. So Jordan Fuller, you got to be smart.
Robinson, he beats Keyshawn Nixon. They're in man coverage. You see the release, and there was no doubt where DeVito was going with the
time answer after being kind of taken that early shot by San Francisco, by this Seattle offense. And
a world-class battle going on the outside. A.J. Brown has been incredible this season.
Toughness. And looking for the main guy. That's a nice throw.
Big time.
Brown, who we've seen him make some big plays out and around the line of scrimmage. But this time back is the free safety, and he's over there working on Cooks. And we all know about the speed of Cooks down the field, and yet there is Slay, who's been doing this for a long time.
And how about Joe Flacco? Because he sees the pressure, but he realizes who was going to come at him and who was going to bail.
Watch DeMarcus Robinson. Marlon Humphrey's going to fall. If this is kind of a cleaner catch as he gets out and just can get up the field.
No, you got to keep an eye on him. The out-breaking routes, they typically don't really gas you with those. It's mostly the
More switched in the second half and went over to cover DK Metcalf and probably won the football game.
This was when you get teams like this that are difficult to identify because they're so exotic.
Yeah, a little bit at the end, but I don't think it's anything. I really think that what you had in that situation with Ahkello Witherspoon,
and this is a beautiful play call by Pete Carmichael, knowing that everyone is inching up.
And then he's very sharp. He just sort of jogs his way off, and then once he gets you to make a bold step.
The guy changing a team. You don't throw this football unless you're throwing that to Tyreek.
But Gibbs is going to come out underneath and hold Brisker, number 9.
Baltimore, so they put the tight end, like you said, in the backfield to give Browning a clean pocket so he can make these throws.
He just took his shot. And just jumped it. It was a little bit of a strange screen because Ritter.
Best day of the year.
Just a little bit late. Marlon Humphrey
in on the coverage.
Just a little late getting the ball out of his hands. There's a little contact there, but not enough. And Pierce is doing a great job tracking the ball because he.
Howden against the tight end, Stephon Sullivan. Yeah.
Number 10, watch the route. Press it up. And Marcus Williams is playing it inside. There's really no help.
Watch Hunter Renfrow. He's going to enter the bunch right here and go slow off the snap and then turn on the jets. Lead Byron Murphy Jr.
And I love the amount of time that Bryce Young had to make this play work. Adam Thielen is going.
Well, he didn't give him enough speed off the line, and Jack Jones was come back. Route to the sideline. You see him slam on the brakes, but he did a good job exploding off the.
And Lawrence understands the pressure coming at him, so the ball's got to be out of his hands. And Ridley gets his head back. And how long has Joe Flacco been here with the Browns?
3 weeks.
Okay, look at the timing on this play. That ball's already on its way to Elijah. Even though they didn't get it, this is the right play. Trevor Lawrence sees he's got one-on-one, and the ball's out there, but this is where.
Well, just trying to take the one-on-one up the field. Earlier, they were throwing some back shoulder. I'm really surprised they didn't go back to that. Because, well, Kevin, this was good protection and even better throw by Zach Wilson. I thought he stepped into it well. You could see the velocity.
And how they play the ball. Look at J.C. Horn. He is tracking the ball, realizes that Olave got a little bit behind him, and then puts that left arm.
I'm going to defer to John. I thought it was a touchdown watching it in real time.
Troy's got control. He's got control, and then 2 feet.
Yeah, and this is what they need to get going. They got to get Purdy settled into this game. Just soft.
Result of the play is a touchdown. Holding. Defense number 20. That penalty is declined.
And so it is
The Dallas Cowboys and Mike McCarthy believe the shortest path to the end zone is through the post.
It's the Jimmys and Joes. And he had a nice burst there.
Found any rhythm since.
Yeah, just a simple little play action, little inside break.
Yeah, the question's going to be, where does this happen? Right on the goal line.
Wide receivers, and you're going to see the body control that he has. He's expecting this ball out on the boundary, and he has.
You see it here clearly.
Cleared one side of the field completely.
Just a standard operating procedure, a little flat with the corner, and you want this ball a little higher, a little toward the corner. You're going to get the safety come down here, so you know you've got one-on-one with Moore on the bottom of the screen. Justin Fields reads it perfectly. Watch this into the boundary right here. He sees that one-on-one. Yeah, and that's, they were just running this stick route combination. Run them off on the outside, get out there to that space that's created.
23 yards per reception, and you just see him here. Just push it up the field. Jalen sitting in outside leverage.
Defense for the Giants and is getting better and better. Made that stop. He made the stop, but you see the Toure gets in behind him, and he actually had more room.
Across the football field, and the boot keep game, create an opportunity, easy throw, easy kind of vision. Pulling a receiver from one side of the field over to the next, and you see Skipper running underneath out there, big number 70.
The end zone, and let's make sure the catch is good. And it is. It is. And Hodgins. Savage back in the game for Green Bay. But Ballantyne and Campbell could not make the stop.
Right in between the corner and the safety, but see Hop push up. You see how he peeks out to the corner to see where Howard is.
The NFL, you see right there. That's just textbook. That's textbook.
That left hand.
You just go ahead, upfield. Got him one-on-one.
Yeah, good coverage.
Well, he's just in a little cover two here, and this guy is their best cover corner, but watch him cheat this, okay? He understands the pattern. He understands they're throwing that corner with that flat behind him before he gets into that window, and watch just the throw, the confidence and the ability to throw it. Here he is right here. Look at that in and out coverage, that bracket right there with Anzalone and Melifonwu.
To keep his feet in bounds, I think he might have been able to pick this up. Let's take a close look at it here.
Going to the inside guy, and nobody picks up the tunnel screener, right? I mean, you got to come off and pick up the guy that bought the catch going up high, but watch the feet. Understanding where you are on the field, get that foot down, that hip down. You're going to see him open here, that little layered route by Mooney, but Fields has to.
Showed on the last drive, Julian Love, he gets beat, but watch the effort coming back. The effort play, chasing down Ayuk, and then Woolen
just throwing it up. And the thing I love, Tiki, you said it, hanging in the pocket for a count, right? Not escaping too early. And it gives time for guys to develop on the outside escapes.
Here so far for A.J. Brown. All they're trying to do with this guy so many times, just get the ball in his.
Debo won't get credit, but watch, he gets flushed. Debo just stays alive and makes one man miss and then just runs over.
They're sending an all-out blitz, so Dak has to get rid of this. Purely one-on-one inside with the rookie Sidney Brown, but what a play that was.
There's could spell time for Mahomes on the other side. I agree, and this is you got to lean into him, Diggs. Lean into him. You got to almost push your body.
That we just showed. Perfectly done. What a job with the feet.
Tyler Lockett on this 77 concept. There's a big high corner and then an over route by Tyler Lockett. And
I think Jalen Hurts thought he had it. Here we go. Going to run out here on top of this route. They give him the hook. This guy is just one of those great, gritty, tight ends. Last week with San Francisco, and they're playing in the middle of the field, but so far Nicholas Morrow not going to tackle our guys in space for the second play in a row. You have Stephon Gilmore.
Speed on the inside at number 3. That's one of the biggest challenges that this Seattle cover 3 defense. Whether it's zone or man, expect Travarius Ward to be on the same side often, Even though Travarius Ward, he just took himself.
Throw by Easton Stick. I mean, you see Patrick Surtain coming over. He's in pretty.
Just staying alive as Brock Purdy starts on a little inside, and now it just goes scramble drill. If you're short, go deep. Seattle's defense, they've been kind of reeling these last couple weeks, but they've come up with some big spots.
24 yards.
Yeah, a little unconventional here. They went to a split safety.
Watch him come right across and get right past Bernard. And look at that.
Like LaDainian Tomlinson, who you just showed coming out of the backfield running the little angle route.
Even though Rice has come on, he's playing the best football from the wide receiver position.
He knows he's going to have pressure in his face. Tyler Lockett does a great job of using DK Metcalf as a little interference. And Seattle has to be willing to do today. Take shots downfield on first and second down. Travarius Ward there.
Conklin just going to work the seam, and he's one-on-one.
Watch him come from inside out. 5 in Brown. Slide.
His quarterback, rookie to rookie.
Oh, look!
And he's going to learn. That's an exploit.
Touchdown last week, and gets another one today.
Decisiveness of this throw. He hits his back foot, gets his momentum into it, and that, I mean,
Getting his hand on the ball. Let's watch. He gets that right arm and is able to flip it.
C.J. Ham back in the backfield, and then there goes Addison on the deep out.
Different than the fourth down play. It doesn't.
Well, Zach Wilson recognizes it's bump coverage to the outside, man-to-man, and he just throws back shoulder.
Oku in to help pass protect. And Rayshon Jenkins coming over and makes a play. Hands coming back on this play. The catch, tremendous. How many times have we talked?
And they're lining up for two. Once again, the same philosophy.
Philosophy is if you get it back, you're going for the win.
But I don't think they're any better than these two guys.
Well, we just saw earlier Sauce Gardner. Well, Gardner in the trail position, just almost like he's baiting him to try and undercut it.
So right here, 3rd and 1, they get discouraged out of the running play because they stacked the line of scrimmage. Right there, but this
time Bryce Young did have a lot of time, and he overthrows it.
Timing, just short of the first down.
Timing again, ball's gone. And look at Cooper, and he knows where the sideline is because everyone was back guarding the line, and as they threw short, you see him rally, and right there was the strip.
What everyone has noticed from the defensive side, Bryce Young is hitting all in-breaking routes. So he's going up against Adam Thielen. It's man coverage, and this is what the Saints are known for under Dennis Allen. You have physical corners. You're going to watch Burns that does a really good job getting pressure, and then you also see the coverage. There's a nice
clip this play and keep it on file because these slants, I think, are going to be a big part of the game.
When you talk about that position, a lot of athleticism. Great job with the assist right there on Kobe Turner. So to get that much help for your tackle. Working against Jordan Fuller right there, but there's the pull. Nelson Aguilar pulling Johnny Johnson out of that hole that really opened it up.
And then watch how Alton gets outside of Grant. Grant's playing outside in. You got to keep your leverage to force him to the other safety.
At a practice facility, there is a red line in between the outside edge of the numbers and the hash that's about 6 yards from the sideline.
Watch him move in the pocket, help Najee Harris out, and then puts that over that outside shoulder of Deontay Johnson and make that play over top of J.C. Jackson for the touchdown.
London, I thought there is no way Winfield Jr. is not going to pick off this pass. But then just at the last second, the adjustment.
To the football and show his strength. That's what he's been known for throughout his career. Strong hand, somehow holds on to that football for a big gain.
Into the area that Matthew Stafford got it. We always talk about getting the ball into a spot where only this situation. We've seen him set up the double moves. This is just a go route. Ahkello Witherspoon, great position. A little bit of late help over the... Never give up on the ball. Great job of a receiver.
a 7th-round rookie and an undrafted rookie because of injuries, and Baker made a really good play.
But then he's going to pass him off to the inside. So they're going to clear it out with Ott in the tight end. And then Evans is going to sit down. You had London. He drops one on the sideline down the field, right? Could have been a big play. Going to Godwin the entire way. So to me, he's using his eyes to try to get Jesse Bates out of the middle of the field. And I believe that Godwin wins. If you put this ball...
Make them think that you're going to run it with your linebacker, go play action. And this is only Mo Alley-Cox's 7th reception of the season.
Right in his grill. So when you do that, you're able to look...
But he gives it a little pump fake. He throws it on a line and somehow gets it over 23. Great.
Good job with the motion here to get everybody outflanked. But again, we saw this earlier this half. It's the run after the catch. You're trailing.
An assignment error by Winfield, number 31, in the slot. You know, typically this looks like a 3-deep coverage. You got to take the out and up. Now the corner may have to see that and fall off.
To come out to his break, you can see him driving up the field, and as soon as that ball is there, it's whizzing right by his head.
87, the tight end coming, just sit down. The ball's a little inside, and he almost just hands it.
Yeah, he
right
stops
to
it
him.
with
he
one
stops
hand.
the ball with one hand and just places it on a platter. And what a change. Gardner Minshew on time and in rhythm. Pierce gets a free release right in between the safety.
To our right in the slot, and he just jumps this. Like he jumped that before the ball even got out. Right here, we keep talking about the linebackers. This is Michael Walker, who ends up slipping at the top of that route, and they throw right in the middle.